Well, my truck is about 7 years old now. It's a 2012 Ram, and it's starting to show some signs of some minor rust, and I'm going to take care of that before it gets to be really bad rust, and probably going to trade it in a couple months too, so I want to make sure it's looking good. Let me show you what this looks like before I bring it in the garage. It's a little bit easier to see it outside, so we'll take a peek. So you can see these bubbles here that are forming. This is moisture is getting trapped behind the paint, and some little rust is forming. It's starting to make the paint bubble up. And you can see on the pinch weld there's a little bit of rust, and it's really not that bad. And if I grind this off now, then I can clean it up, get some paint on there, and it'll look great for years to come. Let's see what the other side looks like. So this side, it's mostly just the pinch weld, and it's just surface rust. I mean, it's not really doing anything. I can grind that down and clean it up. And I think there's like one little bubble right here. So let's get this in the garage and get going on it. I'm going to start by getting these side steps off here. It should be pretty easy. It's just one bolt through each end. See if they come out all right. Got lucky. Broke right loose. That's one end. A little squeaky. Gonna use some grease and wax remover and kind of clean this whole area up before I start breaking into it, or you don't want to be grinding in the old wax and stuff because you'll just fight it the whole way through. So get that off right at the start. I'm probably going to only fix just this corner area where it's bubbled and then blend it the rest of the way. I'm not going to do the whole rocker panel because it doesn't really need it. This is mostly going to be preventive maintenance, because if I don't do this, then it's going to rot right out. But if I do this, it'll keep it from getting worse and definitely slow it down. So I'm going to use my little air tool with a abrasive pad on here and just break all the bubbles open, and then I'll use multiple grits of sandpaper to smooth it out. But I gotta see what's here first. Hopefully it's just the paint blistering and there's no real damage behind it, but we're gonna find that out right now. Now that's kind of surprising. There was absolutely nothing behind that big bubble. A couple little pinholes or something, but that's clean. So if it keeps going like that, I won't have to do any body work. Just grind the paint off, put new paint on. Got my DA. I've got 320 grit on it because it's such a small area. With this big DA, I won't really have to step through grits. I'll probably just be done at 320. So I'm gonna use this just to smooth it out because it's a little lumpy the way I grinded it down. But I got really lucky. There's no rust here at all, none. So I saved it in time. So I'm just gonna grind that down. So now it's all smoothed out, all feathered, and I'm hitting it again with some grease and wax remover. Just make sure it's all really nice and clean. So now I'm just going to mask off the areas that I don't want to get paint. And I'm going to follow this body line right here. And when I blend, I'm going to be really light up here and try to keep hardly any paint. And then if it doesn't look good, I can always just blend it in with some sandpaper after and buff it in. It's all masked off pretty good now, and I'm going to put on just a light coat of primer, just over anywhere that the metal is showing. So again, trying to only cover up where I went through and not try to get too much on the white because I want to be able to blend this. Let that tack up for a second, put another coat on. Now we're going to put just regular old white Rust-Oleum paint on it because this truck is white, white, white. And it should blend really good. I'll let that tack up for a minute and then I'll put on another coat. Getting ready for my third coat. And I thought I would just, let you guys know that spray cans work all right. They work good enough, but it's not as good as using a spray gun with automotive paint and two-stage, base coat, clear coat. But for what I'm doing, this small area, I didn't want to break out, the paint gun and everything to just touch this up. So that's why I'm using the spray paint. And with this truck being so white, this will match just fine. And I'm really just trying to stop the rust. You'll never see this, get this tube step back on. It will look, just fine. Yeah, just letting you know that this isn't exactly the best way, but it works. So let's get that third coat on. Gonna throw on a fourth coat for good measure, and then we'll take all this masking off and see what we got. You can see the paint's going to blend pretty good, especially being down low like this. Once I drive it a little bit, you will never be able to tell. On the other side of the truck, I took off these tube side steps, and all that water was in the tube when I unbolted it. So that's probably not the best design for it to be holding so much water. But I only had one little spot that was bubbled up, but then the whole lip all across. So I just ground down that lip, and I've got some black primer on it right now, and then I will put the white on it. I popped out all the little plugs, so it's coming along. It's all done. Side steps are back on. You can tell that it blended pretty good. It's definitely not my best work, but it will work for what I want to do, which is just, stop the rust from spreading. And this will last for a while. Like I said, once I get a little bit of dirt on it, it'll match perfectly. There is a little bit of a sag in my paint work there, but it's good enough for what I was doing. Here's the other side. It's kind of hard to see over on this side of the garage. It's kind of cramped, but that lip looks good now. No more rust there. That little bubble's gone. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Just a really quick, rust prevention, make it look a little bit better for a little bit longer. If you like this video, if you like watching these sorts of things, then please subscribe, hit the little bell, so you'll get notifications every time I make a video. This is a new channel for me. I just started it up. I've been doing this automotive thing for a long time. Had it mixed up in my other channel, but I just branched off and separated it so it's its own channel. There'll be a lot of videos coming up, a lot of projects, and stick around. Thanks for watching.